Dr. Greg Nissen works at Dakota Vascular in Sioux Falls, and he helps with limb preservation. He looks for problems in the vascular system from a blood clot to ischemia, which reduces blood flow and oxygen to a limb.
So if you have a blockage in your iliac artery that comes down into your pelvis before it gets to the leg, you'll have thigh or buttock ischemia.
If left unchecked, it progresses to wet tissue loss, also known as gangrene. His team makes sure that doesn't happen, and they look for signs that impact the patient's ability to move.
I had a lady last week that said, I can't make it from the parking lot into the front of Walmart without having to sit on the bench before I grab my cart. Well, that's a signal. Okay, something's going on here, and that's a lifestyle limitation. What can we do to make that better, to improve their quality of life and to keep them independent?
If a blockage is suspected, Dr. Nissen makes sure to know everything about the patient, from their family history to a physical examination.
Then we get you to our vascular lab, which sounds scary, right? Oh my gosh, the lab. But what it is, it's just an ultrasound, and we have these amazing ultrasound techs here that will put a probe, let's take some jelly, put a probe on, and they can tell us where there's a blockage that we can potentially go after.
If a blockage is found, Dr. Nissen says surgery has advanced to be minimally invasive, and patients could leave the same day or only after a couple days.
Put it in through the artery and use, X-ray technology, thing right behind me, and then deploy this thing, which is this big, in their aneurysm, and it looks really similar to that, right? But we're doing it through a smaller incision. We're doing it with X-rays. We don't have to make a big incision. They're leaving post-operative day number 1 the next day.
What makes Dr. Nissen happy about his job is how close he gets to patients. And once the surgery is done, he makes sure to always follow up with the patient to make sure the limb is okay.
And then you just have to know that, once I do something, it's my responsibility. I'm accountable for that repair, so I'm going to follow that forever, either until you move, I move, or we go meet Jesus.